About Masechet Sotah. Gemara, Masechet Sotah. We are first on the Bet Amud Aleph. We spoke about Hashem decides when you're gonna get to who you're gonna get married 40 days before you were made. And we said, when are you made?
During the time of conception.
And the time of conception, Bechor. Whenever a person, husband and wife, were together, that's the time the child gets conceived. 40 days after that, the child becomes a full-term child. Got it? 40 days. So 40 days before that, Hashem says, I'm going to decide who is going to be the wife of that guy. Now, Gemara said, from another point, that your wife depends on your actions. So make up your mind. Is your wife depends on your actions? Or your wife depends on what was predetermined when your father and your mother created you? So Gemara answers. Let's go. Gabriel John, take the mic.
Okay, so we said that there's a stira, right?
Yeah, there's a contradiction.
There's a contradiction. We say the first opinion says that a person gets married according to his deeds. Right? The second opinion says that a person gets married to the person who he's supposed to get married to during the time when he's conceived. We learn this from Masechet Nida. It says there's a malach that brings this neshama to Hashem and says that this person can be married to this person, and so on and so forth.
What's the name of the malach he gives you? Laila. Very good, Meir. Remember well.
Gabriel.
No. Laila. Whatever the name you said. Laila Tov. Okay, continue.
So now we ask the question: How do you answer this question? One says that one's predetermined, the other one says according to one's deeds. So we say the first match depends on the conduct.
What? The conceiving.
Right. It depends on
your actions.
No. Second one is action.
So first one, it depends on whatever was predetermined.
That action. Yeah.
Second one is according to your deeds right now. Got it, Bechor? This answers, sometimes a person doesn't behave kosher way, he gets a kosher girl. So this guy Takoy Levi, how did he get such a girl? It doesn't make sense, Rabbi. Takoy ni charosh человек, такая хорошая девочку попала. Как? The answer is, sometimes it's the predetermined zivug. Now, how do we know that this is your first zivug or this is the second one? Does it mean the first wife? Does it mean the first time you've been with a woman? Does it mean the first time she been with a man? Does it mean depends on age? What is it? How does it work? So now, he's going to explain to you. Bechor, this you do when you say Shema Yisrael. A little bit lower. Continue.
So explain that the ideal mate is not, the first mate is not predetermined, but merely an ideal mate is destined for each male. This is what it's referred to his first match. When he reaches a marital age, let's say 18 or 20 years old, Shamayim judges him to see if he's worthy of marrying this type of person he's supposed to marry.
So your first zivug is at the age of you're supposed to get married. It's not whenever you got married. This is my first wife. No. It could be, Bechor, that this is your first wife, but it's not your first zivug.
Where is this first zivug?
You heard what I said or no? Comes to the age of 18 till the age of 20. Hashem is looking at a person. How does he behave? Does he deserve the first wife that he was supposed to get whenever his parents made him? The best one needed for him was that wife. Would he get that wife or no? Hashem is watching that person whenever he gets to an age 18 till 20. I'm going to make later, even if you're going to get married at 21, at 23, at 27, doesn't matter when. Since you're behaving the right way from the age of 18, I'm going to give your mazal. You're going to end up with the wife that you're supposed to get, the best one for you from the first time you were created in the world.
So it sounds like it's both of them then.
So it could
Both
be
things play a role then.
it could be that it's much later in your life, but it's still your first zivug.
Even though you had one already?
Let's see about head one. Let's see. That's the first opinion.
So we say that if he's found not worthy, she's taken away from him. This first zivug he was supposed to marry, and she's given to that ideal mate who she's supposed to marry. And now what happens to him? He is given his second match. This is what the Kabbalists are saying. This is according to Arizal, who says that one marries the second zivug. So now we have a question of the Rambam. He says that if a person is predetermined to marry who he's supposed to marry, then how do we explain with a Kohen and a divorcee? Let's say that's his predetermined match. Or let's say a person...
Kohen got married to a divorced lady. Allowed or no?
No.
Huh? But he got married to her. So maybe that's her first zivug. Как он се женился?
It cannot be first.
Nemesho Yaponio.
It cannot
But how did he get married to her? Of course he is.
Yeah,
Unfortunately.
Hashem will not do it like that. First
So how did the guy get married to her?
That's not first zivug.
Fact. What fact? Vidna.
It's not first zivug. It's 100% not first zivug.
So let's see right now. It's going to explain to you.
Hashem will not set him up.
The best one, yeah. It says if you behave the right way, starting which age?
This is marriageable age.
Marriageable age. You're behaving the right way. You still keep yourself with the first zivug.
Marriageable age is 18.
Marriageable age could be any age. According to halakha, you can get married at the age of 13. If you would tell this to Bechor when he was 13, probably would get married then.
This is bar mitzvah together.
16 I was married.
16? Why?
No, but честно.
And your wife was what? Bat mitzvah.
Хотел жениться 16.
Хотел.
Я думал, на самом деле он женился в 16.
So, according to the Torah, whenever you're in an age that you can get married, Hashem is judging you. Do you deserve your first wife? Or because you made problems, you lost your mazal of the first wife. Now we're going to have to find you plan B, which is not always the best for you. So it could be your first wife you got married to, but it's your second zivug.
You'll never know, right?
It's the plan B zivug. Why we tell the kids, Rabotai, pasavtsi filters on your phone. Rabotai, don't let your kids watch prohibited TV. Go to public schools, because at the age of 13, when they can get married by a halakha, are they going to keep themselves holy or the other way around? Bechor John. That's why you have to make sure to put your kids in a kosher area. Continue.
We say the same thing when a person goes out to war. We said that if he's determined to marry his match, then he's not going to die in battle. So how does that make sense? So we're saying that there is no such concept that a person has a predetermined match, because if according to his deeds, if he's worthy, he will get married. So Rambam says that this is referring to reward and punishment. That if a man and the woman each perform the mitzvah according to that is befitting to them, then they receive the reward of that suitable match. But if they do if they
Didn't behave the right
they
way.
didn't behave the right way, then they are deserving second class of what they did.
So it could be your first wife, but her behavior will not be according to the first original way. The same way you didn't behave the right way, also she will not behave with you the right way.
Grade B, короче. It's grade A.
Она сама говорит поменяйте. Not another girl is going to be.
Из-за тебя.
Same wife going to be.
Из-за тебя.
But because of your bad actions, she's going to change her ways.
Дабл там.
Вдруг она хочет кино, вдруг она хочет так кушать некошерные дела.
But doesn't she have also free will? Become a tzaddik or not?
So Gemara says that your actions will affect her. Your spiritual level will affect her level. She couldn't be even better, higher than that. Let's say the person is shomer einayim. She'll be interested in kedusha. Doesn't necessarily she will be tzanua necessarily, but she'll be interested more in kedusha. Person that is going to lower his kedusha, she's going to lower her kedusha. Depends on the man. Huh? Before marriage. Shamayim judging you before marriage. What type of wife you're going to get married to?
I assume it's more of a like if you are become tzaddik, then you get a tzaddiket, but then
It's not necessarily gonna get
she's
tzaddiket.
affected because her spiritual level is based on you. Then she doesn't have a free will, basically. I don't understand.
No. Never, ever. You should know. If a person was born to a religious family, he has a free will.
Of course.
Huh?
Yeah.
He has bigger chances to stay religious, but he always has a free will. Same thing the other way around. If a person was born in a not religious family, does he have a free will to become religious? Yeah. He'll have a harder time to do that because he's going to have to find the truth. He's going to adjust himself to a new lifestyle. He's going to have changes in life, which is harder, but he still have a free will. So to that lady, she'll have an easier time to upgrade herself spiritually. Or chas v'shalom, if the man is downgrading himself, she'll have a harder time to upgrade herself because he's pushing down.
The Stabler Gaon says the same thing.
So it depends on.
He says
It depends on him.
It's like a mirror.
he says that you should
Exactly.
know that there's a heavenly voice that announces that this person is going to marry this person. But he says, should he be worthy, Hashem will cause through siyata d'shmaya, through divine providence, to arrange for him to marry that match. But that's up to him the way he acts. According to his free will, if he acts improperly, then he forfeits marrying his zivug that he was supposed to marry.
Here it
So
is.
there is.
That's it's very important, Rabotai, that every one of us is going to behave in the most holy way and raise our kids in the most holy way. Doing that, you increasing the chance of them marrying the original mazal, the original zivug they were supposed to get married to. Yiratzon will be successful in this. Let's go, Rabotai, right now to Shalom Bayit.
Over here, Johnson.